Hey everybody, and welcome back. It's been a minute. This time we're at the Sharonville Convention Center in Cincinnati, Ohio to check out the Cincinnati Toy Show. Now, this has been a while in the making. We actually went to this convention back in, I believe it was October of last year. And the reason it's been so long getting out is just because it was just one of those days, man. I don't know if you ever go to a lot of these conventions or around to these places, but you know, sometimes it's a lot of fun. Everybody's really fun to talk to. You can see some really neat stuff. It's a good time. But then there's other times where it's just kind of like this. And even though this place had a lot of cool toys and games and stuff like that to see, it's just the vibe was kind of off. And I'm not a fan of using that term, but you know, that's kind of the best way to describe it. It was just a kind of a miserable vibe the whole day. And it's just like that sometimes. But I'm going to do my best today to get this video out. I'm not even writing a script or anything like that. I'm just going to ramble over this so we can get this done and move on to better things, because I do actually have several other videos recorded and ready to go. This one has just been sitting on my project list for months now, staring at my face every single time I open the video editing program. So here we are, we're doing it. And we're going to start off with these awesome monster turtles that were still in the packaging. I have never seen them still in the packaging. That was very cool. But of course, you're going to pay the price, and if you miss the price on those, it's like $400-$500 for those things. They were super rare. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe they were like a KB Toys exclusive back in the day. And so that was at like the very end of the Turtles line. So it was very hard to get to them. But I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm thinking. A lot of those late, like He-Man and Turtles toys, like in their later lives, or in the later toy line in their later lives, they were actually exclusive to KB Toys. And KB Toys actually had a lot of exclusives from other lines back in the day, so a lot of the more expensive figures in a lot of these lines were just due to them being KB Toys exclusives, and either not a lot of people buying that toy line at that particular time, or KB Toys just kind of not being the place to go to buy toys anymore. Like it was not as cool as it used to be back in the 80s or whatever, once we hit like the mid 90s, which is when a lot of these exclusives started hitting. But anyway, I'm rambling. Yes, there was a lot of cool stuff at this place, like this Toxic Crusaders playset, sailboat thing, and this awesome Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure phone booth. There was just a lot of things that was carryover from the Xenia Toy Fair that we went to just a few weeks earlier than this. Actually, a lot of the vendors at this place were just from that one, so it was seeing a lot of the same stuff and having to go through and just trying to find some things that we didn't see there. This guy actually had a lot of 3DO in-box games, which is always neat to see. I love seeing old 3DO boxes. Just that weird design that they had they were so super long, you know. It was like the longest box art for video games I've ever seen. I don't know why they were like that, but it definitely stood out. And also this gold star in the box for $300. Little bit pricey because you can usually get, I mean, I guess since it's in the box, it's not too bad, but I've seen 3DOs go for like $200 easy, even like the better Panasonic version of those. So yeah, also had a lot of these Dreamcast games from like Europe and things like that. It's cool to see a lot of stuff that you really just don't see too often, and it was fun to rummage through some of this stuff. But also had some stuff behind the glass case over here, so you know it's good. A lot of in-box stuff like Donkey Kong Country 3, GoldenEye, F-Zero X. He actually had a Conker's Bad Fur Day down there. I might be able to see it here in a minute. But yeah, that was neat. All that stuff was cool. Over here, this guy had some, he's got original G1 Jetfire, and I have always wanted that since I was a kid. But these prices, yeah, not for $800, even though it is in the box. It looks good, but man, I think I'd be better off just buying this Dukes of Hazzard watch. Overall, you can see that this place isn't like in a very big room. It is definitely not to the size of what we usually go to. In fact, just to the right of this room, there was a big D&D convention going on that my brother and I went over to, and everybody's out playing games and stuff like that, and it was just so much more fun to go over there. I think we spent just as much time rambling around in that place than over here, just because it's again, it wasn't the most fun to come over here and see. This guy was actually at the Xenia Toy Fair. He's got a lot of custom stand-up figures. I love this stuff. Like, it's very well done and not too expensive. He also got some of these smaller ones, like stickers and vinyls and stuff like that. Really neat to see. This guy, I have seen him in Indy as well. He seems to make the rounds at the various conventions. Always fun to see him, and his art and print is always very good. A lot of glass cases here, as you can see, but this guy did have a selection of Silverhawks still in the packaging. And again, you are going to pay for them. These are going for easy $200 to $400, but you do not see Silverhawks in the packaging very often. So that was actually really cool. I don't think I've seen them in the packaging since I was a kid, like in the mid 80s. When these kind of came around. So really cool. They still look really great. Like that shiny vac metal on their chests and bodies, like it still looks awesome. Also some old Nintendo powers still over here. They've got these graded, so of course they're going for way too much money, but still cool to see some of these. I think I still have my old Nintendo powers somewhere upstairs. Over here we got some critters for $40 each. They don't look too bad. There's some good critters. But, I mean, really, I think that's going to do it for this place. Again, there just wasn't that much really to show. So, hopefully we're going to move on from this, though, and focus on newer stuff. So, thanks for hanging around this rambling-ass video. I'll see you next time. Hopefully not at this convention.